YouTube? It's your boy Mo, and I'm back with another video. So make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Become part of the All-Star team. And today's video is going to be a nerd talk. So we're going to do a character analysis on Avatar Aang, because you know the new Netflix live action special is dropping, and I can't wait to see that. So I figured, you know what I'm saying, I might as well refresh up on all the characters and, you know what I'm saying, refresh all up too. So we're going to look at Aang from book 1, 2, and 3. And we're also going to look at the other characters, but they're all going to get their own video. So we're going to do Charater, Sokka, Toph, and Zuko. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. So in book 1, we have water, and in this book, this is where all the characters are introduced, right? And when Aang is introduced, he's trapped inside of an iceberg. But once he's free, the first thing that this man wants to do is play. And I understand being a 12-year-old boy, you know, sometimes you want to go to the park, shoot hoops, or you want to ride dirt bikes or something. Like, I get like wanting to have fun and everything. But the only difference is Aang, you know what I'm saying, as a 12-year-old boy, was told that he's the Avatar. And when he did that, he ran away and was trapped in an iceberg for 100 years, and the Fire Nation destroyed all of his people. Now, once he found that out, he did go berserk, and then he, you know what I'm saying, needed to know what to do. So once he ran into Roku, and Roku told him, who was the past Avatar, he said, listen, you need to control fire, earth, water, you know what I'm saying, learn all the elements and defeat the Fire Lord. So now in book 1, this man knows what to do. So his mission is to go to the North Pole and learn how to water bend. And throughout the entire, you know what I'm saying, book, this man Aang wanted to have fun, and you can see it. Like, he's on a mission, but he's still trying to have a good time, even after knowing that the Fire Nation slaughtered all of his people. Now, he was mad when he found out about it, and you know what I'm saying, he's upset about being the last airbender, but he is on a mission and he is taking it seriously. So that is one thing I can say, is that you see him mature slightly, but not like a lot. Because when he went to Kyoshi Island, he wanted to ride this humongous fish, and when he first learned water bending, I'm pretty sure the first thing he did was like make a snowman when they were in the North Pole. But yeah, but the whole book 1, all he's trying to do is get to the North Pole and escape Zuko. And you know, Aang is actually a really resourceful airbender. That's why he has his air tattoos, because that means that you are an airbending master. So yeah, Aang in book 1, I would say, is extremely childish, because, you know, he is 12, but he does understand his responsibility as well. So that's the analysis for book 1. So now we're in book 2, which is Earth. And in this book, Aang has to find a earthbending teacher to teach him how to earthbend, because he's leaving the North Pole, and now he has to go find an earthbending teacher, right? And the earthbending teacher he chooses is crazy, because she's probably the best earthbender in the world. Probably, no, she is the best earthbender in the world. And she's blind too. She sees through vibrations in her feet. So Aang chooses her as the earthbending teacher, and she does not take it easy on him at all. So this book really shows that Aang, you know, his kind, caring nature has to turn into like a savage. Like, she's trying to make him like, you know what I'm saying, a tough guy. And throughout most of the book, Aang is normally himself. You know, he's goofy, he wants to have fun, he wants to laugh, but now he has more threats, because it's not only Zuko chasing him, it's also Azula too. And you know, he's trying to do his best to protect his friends and everybody for the Fire Nation, and you know, gather information like the Day of Black Sun and everything with when they went to the library. Now this is where Aang's character changed throughout the entire season. When his bison, Appa, got kidnapped by the Sandbenders, Aang was a savage for the rest of the season. If you even said Appa's name, you was a op. You feel me? Aang was finna waterbend and airbend. And since he learned earthbending too, he was able to do that like Oh man. And then once he found Appa, it seemed like he was, back to his normal happy self. But all throughout book 2, when Appa was gone, Aang was a straight savage. He just wasn't himself. He was the opposite. Okay, so in book 3, which is Fire, Aang had 2 hurdles that he had to overcome for his development. And the first one is firebending. Now, Aang vowed to never firebend again because in book 1, he firebent and burnt Charater. So he said that he would never do that again. But he had to come to terms with it because he is a firebender. He's the Avatar. So once he came to terms with it, they understood, I need to find a firebending teacher. So then, Aang ends up finding a firebending teacher. And with the help of that firebending teacher and the dragons, he learned the true form of firebending, which made him a firebender. So that's the first hurdle that he overcame. The second hurdle he had to overcome was what he needed to do with the Fire Lord. He knew he had to face him if he wanted to bring balance to the world. But everyone on Team Avatar is telling this man, you need to take out the Fire Lord. All of his past avatars, all the past lives that he had are also telling him that he needs to take out the Avatar. But Aang says, I wasn't raised that way. I was raised by monks peacefully, and we were raised that all life is sacred. Even bad people's lives are, sacred. So I don't want to do that. And Aang's character here was very, very against the grain. Like he wasn't going with the flow. He wasn't like, all right guys, I'm gonna listen to you. He was like, no man, I know that's not right. Even though he's a bad guy, I still don't want to be like that. That's not me. And you know what I'm saying? I big time respect that. So yeah, the whole time they're training Aang and telling him, you need to do this, you need to do this. Once it comes down to the actual fight, you could tell Aang's fighting on defense the entire time, right? But then he is that Avatar state and the Fire Lord is over with, it's done. He had 2 opportunities where he could have took the Fire Lord out, but he didn't. And that really, really shows his true nature. It shows that he didn't want to do that at all. The first time he tried to redirect lightning and he just pointed away. He said no. Second time he got out of the Avatar state and was like, no, I'm not gonna do this. So you could tell it's really not in him to be like that. So then he finds another way, which I always love. Like, you don't have to listen to this person, you don't have to listen to this person. You can always do things your way if you believe that it's the right way. So instead of, taking him out, he just took away his bending, which was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you can do that. So at that point in time, man, Aang ends up becoming like this incredible avatar that we needed, you know what I'm saying? And he brought balance to the world. Everybody was like cool. Everything was good now. We was moving forward now that the Fire Lord was done. So Aang's development for that was just incredible, and it was needed for him to become the avatar that he was meant to be. Aang's development throughout the show was much needed. He needed to spend time at the North Pole. He needed to spend time in Ba Sing Se. He needed to spend time in the Fire Nation because it'll help him bring balance through everything and make him this incredible avatar. Because when we first meet him, he's a goofy little kid. And then the last thing that we see from him is that he saved the entire world from the Fire Nation and brought balance like a true avatar. So yeah, man, that is the character analysis for Avatar Aang. I will be doing the others, and yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So just want to say thank you so much and have an amazing day.